Hi, I'm William I. Robinson, and in today's video, we're going to be demonstrating a BOD POD scan. We're going to be going over the importance of a BOD POD scan, why get a BOD POD scan, and going over the details of a scan, like how to use that to adjust and monitor your program. So the reason I use a BOD POD is because they're very accurate. They are known as the gold standard in the industry. So you have the BOD POD scan and you have the DEXA scans for tracking people. So the BOD POD scans are known as the gold standard because of this. They're fast, they're easy, they're replicable, and they're very highly accurate. They track at like a 99% accuracy rate as well. This is what's used in universities all throughout the country, used for NFL football teams and all other professional sports because how easy and accurate they are. So before we get started, just to give you a quick rundown of how the BOD POD works, very simple. Before the BOD POD came out, they used to do underwater body fat testing. Underwater body fat testing works like this, and it works off of displacement. When you go and lay in a bathtub, the water pushes out. Depending on how much water rises, that could tell us how dense you are, how much volume you have once we get your height and weight. The problem with those tests is they took forever, they were hard to maintain, and so once Cosmed, they're a company that does exercise science equipment, when they came out, like they said, hey, we could do the same thing, but instead of water, we could do air. So in here, when you get into this air chamber, it pushes air around you, and based off your height and weight, we can tell how dense you are, see how much volume you're taking up, and that will give us a very accurate reading on your body fat testing. Before anyone comes in, these machines, they're very delicate, they're very precise, so they have to be taken care of very meticulously. The air temperature has to be solid, the humidity has to be the same, and before anyone gets into these, it takes about 2 hours to warm them up. They go through a series of tests, a series of calibrations to make sure that they're constantly giving us the most accurate scan available. Right now we're analyzing the hardware. So it's just making sure that all the systems are working. The magnets working, the air pressure systems working, the compressors are working. That's partly the reason why it's appointment only, and we lock the door because we can't have the door opening back and forth because it will change the temperature, it will change the humidity, and these things will not function and they'll fail the test if that's happening. All right, and then right here, this cylinder right here, it's a way to test the volume. This is a cylinder volume of 50.122 liters. So as it's like a standard means here to make sure that we're running on. If it has anything less than tracking that thing for like 99.7% accurate, somewhere around there, it will fail and we'll have to go through the whole system, which this machine, the only time I have ever had any issues is when people open the door or trying to figure out the new season, like if the summer comes or winter comes, we got to figure out what's the good balance of humidity and temperature to make sure these are running accurate. Right now we're going to be calibrating the scale. We have this set means 20 kilogram weight, and then we put it on here, it's tarred, and then from here we run through a series of different tests where it weighs that. These scales run accurate up to 500 pounds, and they are recalibrated and tested every single day, sometimes twice a day. Alrighty, great, we got a pass, and you can see here we got a nice calibrated pass on the scale. Like getting the... Alright, so this is one of the tests here. As you can see, it runs 6 different tests, testing the volume inside, and it's passed, and you can see on the 6 individual tests how close they're running. Literally, they're running 99.9% accurate to each other, test in and test out for like 1 hour. Alright, let's go ahead and start off with the scale. If you want to go ahead and step up on the scale, and once you stand on there, go ahead and stand still, and I'll let you know when to step off. Perfect. Okay, go ahead and step off. Great. All right. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get you, now that we got your weight, let's go ahead and get the scan. So what you're going to do is, you've been here before, so just as a reminder, just go ahead and sit in there. And when I shut the door, hands on the legs, sit up straight, and just breathe normal. Ready? Alrighty, here we go. And then right here, the test only takes anywhere from 30 to 45 seconds. Alright, that's one test. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. The BOD POD takes 2 to 3 different tests, and they last about 30 to 45 seconds, and that's it. So they're very quick, they're fast, they're easy. All right, let's do one more. Ready? Yep. Yeah. Alright, awesome, Jose, you're done. Go ahead and get squared away, and then I'll finish processing this, and we'll go over it together, alright? Okay. Cool. Alrighty, so now that we have Jose's scan, we're going to have him sit down, we're going to go over it. The importance of going a scan, so this is not going to give you a grade, it's not going to tell you like how fat you are, you know, it's going to give you insight. The way I like to look at it is, like if you're in the desert and you don't know where you're at, you're lost in your car, and you know like you need to get to LA, your phone, before it gives directions, it's got to get its location. So your first scan is like getting your location, and then we know the destination is LA, and then from there every follow-up is to see how far off you are the route. It's like, so a lot of times if you are traveling to LA and you get off on a detour, they detour you off. That's kind of like your program. You get on a program, and that's what we're going to show you with Jose's. He detoured a little bit, and then we get back on the road. So your follow-ups make sure that we're keeping on track. It allows us to make sure we can make adjustments in the workout, make adjustments in the diet, make adjustments all throughout, even their supplement programs. So these are crucial. If you're not tracking, you're really limiting your progress and your end game. Tracking is by far one of the most important steps in getting fit. So let's go ahead and look at this. So right here, and if you want to come in here a little bit, Jose, like even from there, if we could see, if we look at the 330, he came in weighing 217. Then from then to June, he did a follow-up, and he lost 7 pounds, and he lost 2.3% body fat, and then he lost 7 pounds. And then the next time he came in, that's 2 months later, he actually lost almost 2% body fat again, 2.2% or 1.2% body fat. But I wasn't like, there were some things that went on there, and I'm going to wait till we go to the next screen. And then this is dialed in. Like right here, I can tell you right now, like he lost almost 4% body fat. Was that like 3.7% body fat? That's amazing in 1 month. So he's dialed. I know he's dialed it. I know exactly what's going on through these things. So I'm just so proud. He lost 17 pounds in this month, which that's a red flag. But he gained 7 pounds in the last one. So let's go down to the next screen here. And I want to get the next screen, kind of tells, that one lets us see the body fat, whereas this one lets us see everything here. And I'm really proud of this one. Like, this is a really, really good looking screen. Here's what happened with Jose. When he first came in, he got a scan, and then I could tell from his measurement, he was restricting his calories. He was trying to eat better. But probably before that, he really probably didn't have too much structure or anything. And then he got on some. So we could see that in that 3-month window, he lost 7 pounds, which wasn't dramatic, but it's still in the positive way. And that's how I know it wasn't, he was just eating better. Like most people, their plan is, I'm going to eat clean. And that's kind of probably what more like the plan was. I'm going to eat better, make better decisions. But he probably wasn't tracking as much. He probably wasn't on his calorie goal. I mean, is this resonating? Is this about right?
Yeah. Everything he's saying is true, because whenever I get a BOD POD scan and he gets the results, he always tells me stuff that I didn't even tell him. So he says, based off of your results, I can tell you're not tracking, you're not eating, and you're probably skipping meals. And I'm like, You're right, dude. Cause
how do you know?
Yeah, like, how do you know? Like, that's how you know how accurate it is.
Yeah, so with the scan, like, since I've been doing this for nearly 30 years, I could get in here and I could see how the body's responding and what you're doing. Is very simple. Like, I've even had ladies break down crying because I'm like, you're back to skipping meals, you're back to intermittent fasting again, this is what's happening, you know, and they're like, oh my God, how do you know? And it's like, I can see you're losing muscle. And there's other things that I look off here. So then he came in from June to August. He came in and he was real excited. So his body fat went down. He gained 7 pounds. He lost a pound, like a half a pound of fat. And he was super excited, and I wasn't. You know, because before I have someone wanting to really gain lean mass, I want, especially a young man like Jose, I want him down into that like 15% body fat. So if I have someone coming in and they're gaining muscle without losing fat, I know they're just, like, I know he's working out like a beast. I know he's training like an animal, and I know he's eating healthier. He's making healthier options, but he's not having any calorie control at this point. So that's what I see in that. I see his body's just bloating up, like the muscles are getting big, the muscles are getting bloaty. They're not really maturing. That was more of a bloating. And but yeah, he's putting on lean mass, but that's not what we want. And that's why I told him, I said, come on, dude, like, I know you're excited about this, but let's be real. Do you want to be the fat guy with muscles? Or do you want to be, you know, you want to reach your goal and be lean, be fit, be healthy? And so each scan, it helps people, puts it in perspective where you're at, right? So like some people think at first, okay, I'm just going to start eating better. And then they get a scan, they're like, okay, good. Now I'm doing good. And then they kind of lose track. Or maybe they start eating a little bit more because their first scan was good. Or it's like, hey, I'm going to start eating more, and then I'm working out hard, I'm going to burn the fat. You know, and it doesn't really work like that. It works all together. And so after that last one, he told me, he's like, man, I'm gonna get locked in. I'm gonna really give this tracking. I'm gonna give tracking a shot. And I'm telling you, these are amazing. Let's look at these next one. We haven't gone over that. This is our first time looking at the scan. So right here, so from August 4th to September 9th, he's lost 7 pounds. So he got back actually 17 pounds. He told me he's been at 25 or 2,500 calories.
More or less, but more.
25, 26. I always thought you got to have a little room, you know. 25, 26, which was perfect. I'm definitely, from this time we're gonna go up, so I'm gonna recommend going up from this. I can already see that. We're gonna want to go to about 2,800 calories now. And so the goal for what we're gonna be doing with, well, let me just shut up and get here. So looking at his fat, so he lost literally 12 pounds of fat in the last 8 weeks.
Really?
Dude.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
12 pounds of body fat?
12 pounds of body fat. That's what you call killing it. That is crazy. That shows he's on it. He did lose the lean mass he gained. So that last time when he gained all that extra lean mass, it was unreal but he kept, if I look at this, he lost lean mass from the last time, but I'm looking at the measurement before in June. He's gained 2 pounds from his original weigh-in, which I'm really proud of, because I know that last time, that's just a lot of mass to put on in a short amount of time. So I love the 2 pound gain from the original. So he has a 2.5 pound muscle gain, lean mass gain from the original measurement, which is, I mean, these are great. You see what I'm saying about the bloating? I was telling you, like, that first one just got bloaty. Yeah, whereas now,
that one is where I blew up. And
yes,
this is where I kind of like...
Yeah, putting on 8 pounds of lean mass, like, especially for someone who lifts weights all the time, that's kind of unreal. That just shows a lot of, like, when someone's overeating, they're working out hard, and they're sometimes what will happen, the muscles will swell up. And it's going to be artificial, you know, it's going to be an artificial thing, and that's... but this shows that he still has got a 2.5 positive net, which is amazing. And I definitely, I would love to see that up for him eventually, like, you know, in the 165, 170. We definitely want to get that up, but we want to go slow to make sure we want the fat off. I want his fat's at 43. You know, I want that down at the 25 pound, 30 pound for him. Which these look amazing, and you can see, like, this is just great. If we look over here, your total energy expenditure, but we're gonna definitely, based off of these numbers, everything's going great. So it looks like the workout's going, and I know he takes a lot of pride in his workout. He takes a lot of pride in changing his workout, adding different things to his workout. So this is showing that he's creating a really good deficit. He's added in some extra stuff we shared about off camera, and so everything looks good there. Cardio wise. So this would be a really good point to even, it's been a month, so I would definitely recommend staying on what he's been doing for the last month fitness wise, because it's only been a month since he changed. So we want to run that out. Let's run it out to another 4 week. I'm definitely going to want to follow up in 4 weeks. Go with Jose, we're doing 4 week follow-ups right now from here on out. What I want to make sure that I'm going to take care of, I want to make sure that this 156 doesn't keep dropping. That's how we know we're getting malnourished or we're too low for what he's doing. So we're going to bump the calories up to, let's say, like 27, 28, get a couple hundred calories more, because he's definitely burning the fat. He's building, has a net gain, but that's it, man. What do you think?
So what is my body fat percentage now? Because I know last time it was 26, right? Okay,
so right now, wow. Okay, so initially he came in, it was 29% right here. And then it was 26.7, then it dropped down to 25.5, and now it's 21.8.
Right now, currently?
Currently.
Wow, 21.8.
That's,
body fat
right. So that's a great body fat. It's right outside where we want it to be. So initially, for most men, especially young men, you want to be at 18%. That's like the optimal health high number. So we want to get to 18%, but for Jose, I want to get him at 12 to 15, and then from there, start doing some body recomp. Then from that point, start getting on more of a hypertrophy workout where we're really more working on gaining lean mass and increasing the calories. So how we're going to do that is we're going to slowly increase his calories right now on this cut. So we're going to go 2,800, and then based off the next one, we'll probably go to 3,000, 3,100. You don't want to do too large gain. If you increase your calories too much, it will definitely, it's not a good thing. A lot of guys, when they start trying to build muscle, they typically tend to gain more fat than muscle.
Okay, so my question was that the BOD POD, it only scans for your body fat percentage, right? And then whatever isn't your body fat is lean mass?
Right, that's fat-free. Fat-free weight, it'll say right here, your fat-free weight, but that's lean mass. Yes, sir.
So that would be things like your bones, your organs, water weight?
Yes, everything that's not fat. So everything that's not fat, and that's kind of what the water body fat testing do, and that's exactly what this gives. That's why DEXA scan are more that's why they're getting more trendy, because they will differentiate between where you put on muscle, where you put on fat. It will differentiate those, but this one doesn't. So, but in the bigger picture, for the fat-free weight gain loss, you're not going to lose skin. Skin, you're not going to lose bone density, you're not going to lose, so the changes in the fat-free, we count that as typical muscle gain, muscle loss.
Okay, so then the fat-free mass, if it changes, that's more than likely muscle mass losing or being gained?
That is muscle mass. Okay. There's nothing else. You're not going to, your liver doesn't change size, your kidney's not going to change size, you don't change your guts. That's why we have a strict protocol when you come in, because can you have some, feces or, but that's why we have, fasted within 3 hours of drink, food. But that's a great question.
I was going to ask about that too, the feces. So, if you have some in there,
it will count it as lean mass.
It will count it as lean
mass.
But
that's why we have a strict protocol here of having people be fasted from food, drink, and water for 3 hours. Because if you're coming in and have probably a set time, it's the same time over and over. You can never fully cleanse yourself out. You can never, but we're being as accurate as we can to get an accurate measurement. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So then you don't think it's possible that part of that 7 pounds that I gained in that 1 month, you don't think it was from
oh, of course,
stuff that I had in my stomach?
Of course.
I'm not gonna lie, that day I felt that day I felt a little more bloated, I guess, than usual.
Yeah.
And I was trying to go to the bathroom in the morning, but I couldn't, and I was like, I hope this doesn't mess up the results.
Well, yeah. Well, then that's the thing. When someone's eating a lot of extra calories, they're going to have a lot of extra stuff in their bowels, you know. So that's why you want to be as consistent as possible. But stuff like that doesn't make big changes, you know, because.
So.
But yeah, you can have that, but it's very small.
So it wasn't like a 6 or 7 pound turd in my body.
No. We'll just have to weigh it out next time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, see what I have to put up with.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's awesome. I'm really proud of these results. Thank you for sharing. Like,
yeah.
I definitely want to thank Jose for sharing, because this is very vulnerable information. And just so you guys know, like, this guy he's helping us out here with this page. He also has a really fun page to watch. He's a very young, motivated guy, so I just really appreciate everything you do.
The steroid stuffers on YouTube. and also, I don't know if you mentioned, but I went from 217 to 200, right?
217 to 200.
Okay.
He had a 16.8 pound loss.
Nice.
Dude.
But it doesn't feel bad at all. So like you said, it's probably just like all that water stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, you know, when you're eating a bunch more and you're not tracking your calories, you know, the body gets real bloaty because the muscles, you're breaking them down, and you're creating this environment where they are vulnerable, and then you give them all this food, and they kind of just gonna, you know, soak up all this stuff, you know, and you know, that's not what we want to do. We want to, because if we would have kept on that track, you probably would have started putting on large amounts of body fat on that type of diet. So like usually if someone's looking to increase their diet, just increase it a couple hundred calories at a time, so you could avoid any like excessive bloating, bowel obstruction, fat gain, stuff like that.
So then from here on out, you're suggesting to bump it up from 2,500 to 2,700?
Yeah, I would say 27. I would like 27 on the low end, and then 2,800 on the high end. So give you that 27 to 28. I know that you're checking the other videos, but the other video we have, you could go on and put your diet and then add where to make the increases. So if you've already developed a meal plan, editing using AI, then you could just go back to that meal plan you designed with AI and just say, hey, look, I'm going to increase this diet to 2,800 calories, 2,800 calories. Can you make the appropriate adjustments? And it will increase proper portion sizes, so it's keeping the balances correct.
Oh yeah, I've seen those videos. They're pretty good.
Man, I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Whoever you got editing those videos, he did a pretty good job.
Awesome. Well, hey guys. Oh, that's it. Once again, I wanted to thank Jose for being here and being vulnerable and sharing his scan with you guys. I know that takes a lot, but this is hard work. He's been doing amazing. I just want to thank you very much. Like, you did great. So, like, you're looking a 7% drop in body fat and 17 pounds of weight and a total gain of 2.5 pounds of muscle gained. Guys, these results are amazing. Don't be fooled by what you see on these people posting, oh, I lost 30 pounds in a month. Oh, I lost, 90 pounds in 4 months. But one thing people don't show you, they don't show you the after. They're real quick to show you like, hey, I lost 20 pounds, but they don't show you in 2 months later when they put on 40 pounds. What Jose's doing right here, this is a lifestyle. This is like that long-term results, gaining muscle, dropping fat, changing his metabolic rate. You can even see his metabolism is just different now. Yeah. So it's not even the same.
It's faster?
It's a lot faster. I mean, you're talking a 600-point change in his total energy expenditure.
Wow.
So.
Okay. Yeah, building those healthy habits so that way I don't have the after.
You don't want that after.
Yeah.
Just before and after.
Yeah, I've seen your videos, the before, after, the after.
Yeah. If you really see, just think about everyone that you've known in your family that's lost weight. Look at them now. The real after. The real after is when they're real obese. Mm-hmm. That's the real after.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
God bless you, man.
You too, man.
Thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just want to give an extra thank you to Jose that he was being vulnerable so I could go through the whole BOD POD scan and going through the results, because that's the main point. Most people miss the whole like importance of why to get a scan, why to track, why to do follow-ups, and that's what they're about. You know, not just to get one scan, but to use them to track your journey and to make adjustments and modifications. All right, guys, see you in the next video.